also want to ask you, the US is planning to land men and women on the south pole of the moon in 2025. How is today's landing on the south pole of the moon important in terms of that mission? And what is really the significance for the scientific community?
So that's an excellent question. And so in the Artemis Accord, with data being shared by space missions taken by anyone who's part of that accord, what we can do is say, once the rover deploys and does its measurements and the lander does its measurements, we can say, do those measurements influence whatever planned experiments we have in mind? Because if you do discover some element, be it the water molecule or some minerals that we had an experiment to see if it's there, then we can readjust that next experiment to look for the next round of minerals, for example, because this is how science works. We stand on the shoulders of those who come before you. You don't try to always ask the same question and answer it the same way. You want every next mission to advance our understanding of the Earth-Moon system, of the moon itself, of the South Pole region. And by the way, something I wanted to slip into the comments about the challenges of landing on the South Pole, as the head of your space agency noted, there's many more craters and rocks and boulders. The Apollo missions to the moon targeted the smoothest places there are, okay? The Sea of Tranquility. It's called a sea because we used to think it was just water because it's so flat until we learned there's no water there. But we chose the smoothest places so that whatever might fail in the lunar mission, it won't be because it landed sideways on a cliff. So the Chandrayaan-3 had extra fuel and extra maneuvering ability so that it could find a place that would not have its landing position put itself in danger. So I just wanted to emphasize what was overcome to land on the South Pole. So now, when we send a crewed mission to the South Pole, we're going to do other experiments. And once we gather more and more information about that region, we can tune what might be necessary if we are ever to have a settlement there, to have a permanent laboratory. We have a permanent laboratory. The world has a permanent laboratory near the Earth's South Pole. There's an international laboratory there where there's cooperation, data are shared. So we have models for this going forward.
Do you think we will have a lunar colony in the moon? Because after the Apollo missions, people stopped going to the moon or looking at the moon very closely. Now, are we picking up some real estate there?
Yeah, I don't know. If we're candid about my own American history, we didn't go to the moon because we're explorers and it's in our DNA. We went to the moon because we were scared of the Soviet Union. And if they got to the moon first, they would have the high ground. What does that mean? Does that influence our safety, our democracy? So there was a lot of geopolitics going on at the time. And then when we learned they were not going to the moon, we ended the Apollo program. Okay? It's not that we lost our drive. It's that we lost the geopolitical force that was sending us there in the first place. Right now, all of these missions are peaceful. So that's a good thing. And so a colony on the moon, I don't foresee people living there permanently, but you can have visiting scientists come and spend time, maybe set up telescopes across where the dark area is. I can imagine all kinds of science that would unfold there.
And would there
so
be
yeah, I look forward to
what
comes.
Maybe...
Say again?
Because that's what folklore is all about. On the dark side of the
aliens.
moon.
Did you say aliens on the moon?
Yeah, dark side of the moon.
That could be fun to find aliens. That would be a new form of life. So we bring biologists with us. All right. That would be discovery. I love it.